welcome back to the Fields of Anfield Road podcast as Liverpool have just drawn 3-3 with Newcastle United in the Premier League. I am, as ever, your host, Andy Davis, and I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm annoyed. We should have won that game. It's a real disappointing way to not win that game. Because, you think about the first goal, it's a wonderful goal from Isaac, but the third goal should not have happened. And for me, these are points dropped, and City won tonight. Arsenal are winning right now 2-0 with 10 minutes left to go plus stoppage time. It's a chance missed because let's not get ourselves mistaken here. We were poor for the whole first half. It's by far the worst I've seen us play. In a Premier League game this year. I think there's been some games like Ipswich first half was bad, but this is really a real bad first half. It really was. And when you improve so much second half and you get back in the game and you go 2-1 down, then you go 2-2 and 3-2 up, you think by that point, when he gets just approaching the 90th minute, you're thinking, right, we've got lucky here. We've edged one out, and we did well second half, but we weren't great. And I definitely would have taken a draw when you were 2-1 down. Even when Isaac scored to make it 3-1 and it got disallowed, I was thinking, then, you know what, I'll take a draw right now. But it's the way we let in that third goal. And for me, it's a massive points dropped. And as it stands, it's only 7 points. But it's still a long way to go. And we've got Everton on a weekend, and they're not exactly an easy game to play away from home at Goodison Park. They're always up for it, no matter what the form is in the league season. So for me, they did just won 4-0 tonight against a team that we struggled against in Wolves away from home. So it's not going to be easy on Saturday. Really not easy. And I'm hoping when I'm there that it's going to be, hopefully a win. But you just don't know with how Everton play against us. You just don't know, and we have to really buck our ideas up quickly because Arteta alluded to it that a couple of drop points can make it from X points to this point, and they can really just condense it. A loss today, a loss against Everton or draws against Everton, they could go down as far as 4 or 5 points, and 5 points ahead with still a long way left to go the season is not really enough to be comfortable with. And I think it starts off really for me with team selection. I mean, playing Quansah right back, I was really unsure of, and it goes down to that lemon foul from Endrick on Konate. If Konate was there, we'd have won this game, I'm convinced, because all the goals came from that one side, and I think we had a much better time if Konate was there. Quansah and Gomez were absolutely terrible, absolutely awful, and I don't get why, with a guy who's actually played right back in his career, Gomez, with a guy who hasn't played right back in his career, Quansah, why you haven't gone Gomez right back, Quansah centre back. So I was just looking at the screen now. Arsenal almost scored a third. I was hoping to be bringing a bit more positive reaction to their game whilst I was recording this podcast. But no, it's Gomez was terrible. Quansah was bad. I mean, he's proved to me that he's not ready for that step up yet. I think he did well at times last year and he came on for Klopp. But whenever I've watched him for Liverpool in the slot, he has been terrible. Particularly the Ipswich game, taken off at half time, and I was surprised that we didn't take him off at half time again, or at least bring Trent on a lot earlier in the game. He made a massive difference off the bench. Set up definitely one, if not two, of the goals in the game when he came on off the bench. And the first goal itself, I mean, you can't deny it. It was a wonderful finish from Isaac. 70 miles an hour it travelled. One you can't really fault anyone for, really. You can fault the team for how bad they were, start the game and how bad they were to be under pressure. But the goal itself was just unstoppable. You can't stop that. And, that is what it is. And then you go into half-time 1-0 down, but then second half, you go into it with hope that, we can just get something out of the game. And again, back then I would have taken a draw with how bad the first half was. And then we go back into the game, we get the equaliser, and, it seemed to be, from there, a bit more of a comfortable scenario. And Curtis Jones got the equaliser, and it was a great move, and it was a great finish from Curtis Jones. It really was, and you think at that point, okay, he's back on, and that seemed to flick a switch for Liverpool. We just seemed to play a lot better second half, and we had a few chances first half. McAllister had 2 shots in a matter of minutes, but that was really it in the first half. The second half, that goal comes in, and then that's when we start to improve, start to get better, and of course then not long after that we go 2-1 down. Anthony Gordon, not sure what he's alluding to in the celebration. He's made it look like he's making like a talking sign. Don't know whether it's down to the whole rumours he had of maybe joining Liverpool in the summer. I think Man U had to score here. Oh no, they did score. I thought Anthony was going to finally do something good in a Man U shirt. That second goal goes in, and again, it's poor from Gomez and Kwanzaa. It really is. Chuckle Brothers back there. It was just really, really, really bad all round. It was just, what the hell were they doing there? It's just, again, just that epitomizes how bad they were in the game. It was a terrible goal to concede. Gordon, fair play, finished it well, but really should not have been a goal to go in. It was a massively shocking goal to concede, and you go 2-1 down, but then we get the equaliser ourselves through Salah, and it was again a fantastic finish from Salah. It was really composed and just did well to finish it, but then you go 3-2 up through Salah again, and it's one of those ones where you think, okay, like I said before, we've done the job, we've done what we need to do, and that's it. We got the 3 points, and that's it. But then the goal at the end, the free kick comes in, Kelleher completely misses it, and then Fabian Schär, fair play to him. It's a fantastic finish to do from that angle, but even so, Kelleher should not. Even so, this shouldn't be a mistake that Kelleher makes. A guy that we talked about for weeks, how well he's been, and fair play, he's been a great part of our team the last 2 months. But equally, he's cost us more than Alisson would have. Alisson would have probably had just as good performances for Liverpool, that Kelleher did, and I doubt he'd have made that mistake. Really, really silly from Kelleher, and I think if you had any chance of Slot, keeping him, or at least having him as a starter when Alisson retires, I think that might be out the window now. Maybe I'm jumping the gun a bit early. It's only only one mistake, and he's been pretty flawless throughout the season. But you can't just make those mistakes in critical moments like that. That's what can cost you certain trophies. That's what can cost you a league title or a cup final. Mistakes like that when you're about to win the game, you're close to winning the game, you take your eye off the ball when it matters. And for me, Kelleher deserves a lot of the blame for tonight, because if you lose the league by 1 point, we'll look at that. I know people probably say, he's won us 15 points, he's won us 10 points that season, but at the end of the day, at that moment, he cost us the game, and quite frankly, this could be one that completely changes the season. It's just one game, and it's still, after 3 months, 4 months, whatever it's been, only 4 drop points this year. You think of Arsenal, might be 3 actually, Arsenal, Forest, and now Newcastle. So you told me start of the year, you'd be sitting here, start December, 7 points clear, then I'd have taken it. But at the same time, there's a long, long way to go. People, I think, would jump in the gun. When we were saying Liverpool already champions elect, it was too early to say that. It really was. It was very early talk. And Trossard's about to score here. No, he's been blocked for a corner. The talk about the title was, I still feel very early, because I've read this book before. I've seen us be 9-10 points clear, around Christmas time in 18-19. Look what happened there. Albeit, I think if we got 97 points again this year, we'd win the league. But it's just frustrating, because you think about still going to play Man City away from home. Got to be Arsenal as well. Got to be Chelsea, and they've been brilliant. They won again tonight. Still some hard games left. Man U, they always turn up against that. They always put. There's this. People definitely jumping the gun. And I feel, for me, this is a classic example. It might be a wake-up call we need because I think the players should hopefully after that wake up a bit. But I think it's just for me a sign to the supporters, to the media, that maybe it's a sign to maybe temper things a little bit. Still obviously leading the league, still 7 points clear. But, it could be 9 points tonight. It could be 12 if Arsenal lost or City lost. But, and obviously we've gone out and beaten City. We've got the result we wanted to beat Madrid. But I think you've got to win. These are the kind of games you want to win as well. The games where your favourites, you're expected to win. Games where they're not plain sailing. You've got to show some character. And we show some character to fight back in the game. But I think, there has to be concerns. There has to be some concerns about that mistake from Kelleher and mistakes from Quanta and Gomez. And Konate's out for 6 weeks. And what is a busy time of year for football? We got, we got a game on Saturday. We've got Champions League on Tuesday, albeit he can probably rest for it. We can probably afford to lose the Champions League game. Then you've got league game after that. I think it's Spurs, and you've got some big games coming up. And this is not one where we can just start to afford to be complacent. And it's just frustrating because that game was so much ours to win. It was there for the taking. 89 minutes gone, 90 minutes gone. We were winning 3-2. We're thinking, okay, we've managed to ease out a win here to scrape through. But Southampton game, we did scrape through, but this we didn't. And, I have to give some credit. I thought McAllister was good. I thought Nunez was absolutely shocking. And let's get on to his misses. Again, Nunez should not be starting when everyone's fit. And I get it this week because you've got 2 games in a week, you want to rest players. But Nunez, for me, costs that game as well. I mean, he missed 2 chances. One of them when it was sort of going away from his body. He had to stretch for it. You can maybe argue, okay, that one maybe is harder than it looks. But the one he missed a few minutes later, where all he had to do was hit it on target, and he couldn't do that. Couldn't get power or accuracy on that shot. A few minutes after that, it was just awful from Nunez. And again, he's only got 2 goals this season in the league title. 3 games in the league season. 3 goals even. Sorry. He only got 3 goals in the league, I believe. And he, even the goal, remember the goal he scored against Bournemouth, fair enough, that was a good goal, but one against Villa, such a heavy touch, and he's lucky that he came back to him, because that could have easily been one where heavy touch and then it goes out of play or someone gets to it in time. But the misses tonight are unforgivable. And I was saying this last year against Luton Town when we were thinking back then we were going for a league title. Obviously, it didn't matter in the end because we lost the point league by a lot of points. But you think about that, the misses there, and again, it comes down to fine margins, and there's a lot of games left, and we could be looking in 2 months' time. Hopefully not, but could be looking in 2 months' time with 4 points ahead, 3 points clear, and thinking, what if Nunez has scored that chance against Newcastle? What if Kelleher hadn't made that mistake against Newcastle? It's about fine lines, and for me, Nunez again, he's not good enough. He's not good enough to be Liverpool's starting striker. Absolutely not good enough. Diaz should be starting every game up front. Gakpo on the left, Salah on the right. First choice Jota. If not Jota starting, Gakpo off the bench. Nunez should be our 5th choice striker. Right now, obviously, Jota's out injured. Diaz not long back from South America. Rested him a bit, and I don't believe he started him against Man City. So for me, Diaz has to start next game. Against Everton, he has to start in this game. He has to play up front. Gakpo on the left, Salah on the right. Nunez should not be starting anytime soon. And I've seen a lot of comments about this on Twitter saying that he shouldn't start again for Liverpool. And I wouldn't go that far because he had his moments. But for me, he is not good enough to be playing every game, big games, starting week in, week out. Absolutely not. And you can make an argument, I think, in this situation that is he actually Klopp's worst signing? Now, that's probably a massive overreaction because you think of Naby Keita, you think about someone like Ben Davis, Stephen Corker, Loris Karius, but I think for the money we spent on him, £85 million, our club record signing, still stands as that. What is he given us? What has he given us that no one else would do? I mean, people say, he scored goals, but every striker scored goals. But has he scored many? No. And he's only scored, he's not starting many games this year, only scored 3 goals. That's not good enough for a guy you pay all that money for. And frankly, all the games he's missed chances, it actually outweighs all the games he's actually played well in. And I'm trying to think of any misses, really. No real misses I can think of. Maybe the Forest game, but I can't remember what happened in the game. I thought it blurred out whenever it happened. For me, yeah, this miss could come back to Hortons. Same with the Kelleher mistake, and I think Nunes is equally to blame. And it's, for me, a very negative review of this game. Not many people came out of this game good. Robertson was good. Van Dijk was pretty faultless. Gravenberch wasn't that great. Came off after an hour. Very rare he's taken off. McAllister was good. Jones was fairly good. Salah was excellent. Our man of the match by a mile. And then Gakpo was okay. Diaz was a threat off the bench. Trent was one of the best players of the whole pitch, and he came off the bench as well. So, giving some players credit, but overall, that was not a performance I liked seeing at all. It was shaky, it was worrying, it was all round calamitous, and I'm hoping that it's just a one-off. I'm hoping that we get back to the game on Saturday, get back to our old selves, and go from there and carry on. But otherwise, yeah, there could be signs to be worried about. But then again, I said before, only 3 games drop points start of the year. I'd have taken that at the start of the year. We're still 7 points clear, and it's definitely reasonably positive. We just need to avoid more of those kind of games. But that is where we will end this podcast for today. Our review of Liverpool's 3-3 draw with Newcastle United. I have been, as ever, your host, Andy Davis, and we will be doing, most likely, potentially, I might do a review on the train home from the game on Saturday. Otherwise, if it's not that, then the next one we got to look forward to is the midweek game in the Champions League. I've actually forgotten who we're playing. And of course, Premier League after that. So, yeah, hope you all enjoyed the episode. Hope you all on 2 down after that result. And we move on to the next one. I've been Andy Davis, and we'll see you guys next time.